Hello and welcome to my banknote collection. This is gonna be my next album, like I said, starting in the Philippines and finishing up in Qatar, and this is gonna be a long one. So, starting in the Philippines, I have some older banknotes, but nothing really, or only three that are older than the Second World War. I have some Japanese occupation banknotes, actually almost complete here on that part, and then basically Philippines is another country that I have a very decent amount of picks, although they have 200 or something, and quite some commemorative banknotes. If we go further down the line, so I actually like the design a lot from this ones. They seem the same, but they're different. They have here an overprint. Then they start doing commemoratives, and this is already a change of families, not the one that we are using or that they are using at the moment in the Philippines. Here, all these five peso, sorry, are commemorative, and you'll see them much more. So it's like this one, overprint. All these with 60 years of, I don't remember. These are the newest ones, the newest series, and also that one already. After that, they basically took banknotes from the past, and they just did some overprints, and they are commemorative banknotes all the way until last year, I think. So quite a decent amount of picks from Philippines, not that expensive. And then we go into Poland. Also, huge amount of banknotes from Poland, starting in 1919 or 1917. Fortunately, not all in the best of shapes. These all prior to the Second World War. It's huge banknotes. And then here we are going to enter soon into around to after the Second World War. So basically communist Poland. So they have quite a decent amount, also in very nice shape, most of them. And these here are already close. So yeah. So this is already under after the war, and you see here some specimens, and this series is very easy to find, and I'll tell you all about it. It's going to show you this is the series that is running at the moment in Poland. Not this specifically ones, because these are from 94, from the first edition of this family. They have different pick numbers nowadays. Of later banknote dates, 2012 and 16, I think. And they have commemorative banknotes. They're issuing one per year. And this is also running at the moment. The 500 zlotys was just added. Good, so I don't have that series, but I do have some books that came out with all the banknotes from Poland during, this one is all Polish banknotes from 75 to 96. And especially these ones are right after the fall of the Soviet Union. So after Poland became not communist, so there was hyperinflation. You see here, 10 million, 5 million, 2 million. And these here are already prior to, or still in, during communist times, what was used, and some of these are the ones that I have there in specimen. So I have them here. Yeah, so this is a bank that came out a few years ago from the Polish National Bank. They have a second one, which is from a series that was not even issued. There are pick numbers of it, but the series was not even issued. So these were supposed to come out in the 90s. The substitute at their family, but they never came out. And then they issued this book with those banknotes without the cancelled inscription on top. And finally, also for Poland, because as I mentioned, they're doing quite a few of these commemorative banknotes. Some of them I got them in the folder, like here John Paul II. This one here is one hand, it's not so easy. This from the 1980, this is from 2018 I think, and then the one from 2019, 19 zlotys. There you have it. Yep. Good, so moving on, I have Portugal, my home country. Portugal, unfortunately, the banknotes, especially the good ones, are extremely expensive, and some of them are even impossible to find. Have some here from beginning of the century, still in their monarchy. Then everything else that I have until 60s, 50s is not uncirculated, or barely uncirculated. Some in very poor shape, but even those will run you at $250, $300 dollars a banknote, even at that condition. Also extremely nice banknotes. I do love the banknotes from my country, and from here on I basically have almost every single pick, with one or two exceptions. This is starting from the 60s, and all of them in uncirculated condition. I think, not just because it's my country, but I think the banknotes here are exceptional. This one is one of my favorite banknotes. The back is extraordinary. This one is not so nice, the 1000 szkód. But there's the late series about conquerors or navigators. It's actually very nice. These are different actually. And this is the last series. So basically this was still circulating together with this ones. It's 2000 szkód, that's about 10 in today's value, that would be 10 euros. You have 500 szkód, so 250, all with the conquerors of the world. Then 1000 with Pedro Álvares Cabral, who conquered Brazil, or who discovered the way to Brazil. 2000 szkód again, which is a substitution of this one. 5000, and the highest value at the time it was 50 euros, so 10,000 szkód. Good, finishing up this album we have Portuguese Guinea. Unfortunately I only have two, has the same problem, the banknotes are extremely expensive. I have only the 50 and the 100 szkód from 71. And then Qatar, which I only have 9 or 10 picks. Also Qatar, if you go far in time at the beginning, all very expensive, especially with the boom in the collection of banknotes in Middle East. That's it for this album. Next one we'll start with Rhodesia.